So we are here, we are live. Not live, but if you're watching it live, then we're live. Okay, Model Rocks 321 here. Discussion today. Just want to have this discussion about rocketry, history of rocketry, and just a great kit. I'm going to start by talking about this rocket right here. I pulled it out of the stash because I'm looking for something else that I want to build after I do repairs to the dactyl and fixing some other rockets up and just making repairs in between flying and living life and doing everything else. I came across this rocket that I had for a little while and just wanted to show it to you guys because it is a great rocket. The packaging itself is not so great, but all the parts are there. Everything is good. I hope the decals are good. I can see we got some disintegration of something. There's some kind of foam material in here. Something has definitely fell apart, but I hope the decals at least survive. But this is called the Attack Craft Ryan. It is an Estes kit. 80s, definitely 80s. It's kit number 1374, Damon era, Penrose, Colorado, all the usual markings. Look at that. To me, this is just a fantastic rocket. 12 inches long, fly to 1200 feet, A, B, and C engines. It gets no better than a design like this. And it got me to thinking, and also it's skill level 3. It's a skill level 3 build, those fins, those angles. And it's probably a little trick, maybe something underneath there, more fins possibly, that could get you in a jam if you're not experienced. But yeah, this is just a great rocket kit that I want to get built and fly. I want to fly. These are vintage. They're sitting in packages. I want to see them fly. Like, I'm definitely with collecting. I like collecting, but I gotta fly these things. I want to see them in the air because I've never seen them in the air. You see them in catalogs, you see them in packs like this, but I want to fly it. And right here it says unique space fighter, exotic plastic nose cone, 12-inch parachute recovery, die cut balsa fins, 3-color kit decal, and quick release engine mount. That's with the little hook, the flat hook. Not like the new hooks where they have a piece to go across and then down for you to grab. These are just a flat little curve, little L shape. But yeah, just a classic rocket. Now, in this discussion, I'm wondering, and it got me to thinking, when or what was the greatest era in model rocketry? What's the greatest era? Was it the 60s? This right here is maybe the second Estes catalog or the first one. It could possibly be the first one. I think the first one was stitched, and I'm not sure if I see any stitching. I'm not sure. Is this a staple? So there is a staple here. So this may be the second one. It's smaller than the catalogs you're used to now. This is the 2024 catalog compared to this vintage one that I managed to get, that I'm so glad that I have. And right there you see the interceptor, and just classic days. Like I wasn't even born. Many of you, I wasn't born, man. This stuff is super vintage, and look at the Mars lander right there. So it got me to thinking, after looking at this great kit right here, it got me to thinking, when was the greatest era, or what is the greatest era in the hobby? Because you got what, Silver Age, Golden Age, Bronze Age, however you do it, the way they do comic books. I'm looking at it in different ages. Like I'll call the 90s. Could that be the golden? Could that be the golden age of rocketry? The 90s, or no, not the 90s. I'll say the 80s could be the golden age. I don't know. But just wondering, it got me thinking, when was the best age? So I'm looking through kit designs. I'm looking through what came out. I mean, in these 60s, these are some great, undeniable great rockets. You got the far side X there, the apogee, and then the far side, the regular version. I mean, Astronaut Omega, look how long ago it's been out. Like, these things been around for many years. Estes was selling all kinds of stuff too. I mean, many parts, and then the Mars lander came out that year. The Mars Snooper was out that year. Orbital Transport. And this is like the second year into this hobby, second or third year into the hobby that these great rockets came out. And that was the 60s. But then as you look into the 70s, so this is a 1974 catalog, 1976 catalog, and a 77 catalog. So now we're into the 70s. Understand, I was born in 76. I might even been more when this book came. I could have been 1 year old or didn't even come out yet. So in 74, we're going to look at what was going on. And I'm looking at kits and designs and what was available. This is a Citation starter kit. Like, you don't see these at all. This is like, you never see that. Look at that. So you have this guy right here. And this is, like I said, 74 Estes starter kit. I mean, Alpha 3 starter kit for $8.95. So look at what was out. And these are some, like I said, these are some great rockets. X15 was out, the Vampire. I see these on eBay. They go super high in price, like the Vampire. Then you have this rocker, the Banshee. So I'm thinking the 80s was the best, but it's really hard to choose the best era. And I'm trying to think about innovation and design. And while I'm thinking about that, I just crossed something, the Camrock. Look at this. Like they were doing video, like it's 8mm, I believe. Film, yeah, so already filming, and this is 1974. Like this stuff is super valuable if you could find it, and they pop up. I've been seeing them around, but it's older technology, but it's more collectible than anything. Then we look at the Maxi Brutes that were out. Got the V2 Maxi Brute, the Pershing, books falling apart, middle staples missing, and there's the Bandit, and this guy's Interceptor was out. So Mars Lander, we went through all these already. Even a Saturn V was out. Same specs as the modern one, other than the newer this version that has the and this was a cluster one. This one you could fly on a cluster of 3 engines or a D engine. So stuff has been around. Like I said, I was thinking 80s initially, but everything that was out in the 80s was out in the 70s. So it was really hard. I mean, looking at like the X-Ray and the Big Bertha, you got the Scout, the Streak, all these great little mini flyers that disappear on you. The Goonie Birds were out. Yeah, just a lot of classics. So that was 74. Moving right through to 1976. Space Shuttle was on the drawing board. It's going to be a future vehicle that would eventually fly. I think 1981 Columbia took off. So Space Shuttle was out. Came out in 1976. Look how long ago. So there's a young Vern Estes, founder. So yeah, just some Star Trek. So they were doing licensing back then. Just fantastic stuff. There's the Vampire again. Look how it's all, and look how it was packaged. Look how it was packaged. That's cool. So yeah, you'll get some repeats, but then the Space Shuttle right there. It was the new Space Shuttle. It was new that's when it first came out, 1976. The Space Shuttle was new at $7.96. I think it said 96. But yeah, just some fantastic. Look at these rockets. That Andromeda, I think it's called Andromeda. Yeah, Andromeda. This unique exotic flyer. Flies on C engines. The thing is 43 inches tall. It seems like it might need a D engine, but orbital transport again, an Interceptor. Mars Snooper 2, Mars Lander. Like I said, 76, great year. Great year. All classics, all greats. Like none of these rockets are like not good. Like these are all good rockets. All good. So yeah, it's hard to pick the best era. I think I was thinking, like I said, the 80s is when I came into it. We're going to skip to the 80s. This is 1980, and this is 19th anniversary. So 1958 is when the hobby kicked off. This is Estes, 1958 to 1988. This catalog, I remember getting this in the mail as a kid. So 88, this is what was available. This is what my eyes were seeing and being just fascinated by this hobby. I remember wanting this X15 kit. I remember wanting one of those. So the Sizzler was around. Yeah, I remember just looking in this book, and I just remember the Ninja was new. I don't know if it was new. Could have been the second year. The Pulsar, which is one I actually had. Yeah, just cool rockets. Now, do these compare to, as far as design and innovation and what was coming out, and titles and names of rockets and just whole concepts and schemes? Yeah, the Ninja wasn't new, so it was new 87. I think I had one. I had this kit right here. So I'm thinking it's looking like the 70s might have been the best era. I have the Transtar. It's a very nice rocket, cool rocket right there. That go. Yeah, these are cool. I do like these. These are all classics, all vintage classic rockets. But I think the 70s may have these beat. When I'm just looking at design and innovation, the 70s, they did it. They laid the real foundation for what it's going to become and what it is now. And of course, we're moving now to 3D printed. So the Voyager, I do like this. I had this. This captured my imagination. The Voyager, which I do have one package right now that I could actually build. Jimny Titan had been out. The V3 had been out. Honest John been out. Mean Machines, Mega Sizz, that was a new release. Always like the Scorpion, which I do have one now. I do have a Scorpion 2-stage. I like that color scheme and that whole thing. That's nice. Ranger, another classic. All three scale, not even scale. No, the stealth is a just concept for a scale, but or just a exotic. I guess I'll put it in the exotic category. Blackbird, of course, we all know. Phoenix, the stealth. Stealths go for a lot of money when you can find them. Cool stuff on this page, like Apache scale. X16 is a nice one. X15. So cool page of stuff. Yeah, these are all great. Like starting from about right here. Yeah, I guess from. There's a lot of greats. It's hard to do that. I can't do that. I can't say what page. They're all great. These are great. So we'll get back up to, yeah, about right here. Yeah, not the page of great ones. The great ones, I mean, Argosy, Hercules, Interceptor 2 is a nice one. Explorer, which I do have one of these. Very nice. So all good stuff. And we get, let me go way to the back. I think there was some heavy hitters back here. Let's see, back here. And drop a comment, like, share. What do you think? When is the greatest era? What do you think? What memories do you have from this stuff? What is the greatest era? Yeah, all cool stuff here. Like that Crusader Swing Wing is a nice one, similar to the Scissor Wing Transport. I like that rocket right there. Saturn V was new, so this was reintroduced new because it had been out before. Saturn V had been out, so it was new again. They took it away, then it was new again. They brought it back because it had been out way back in the 60s. Space Shuttle, Mercury Redstone. This is a great time. These are great kits. Jupiter C, which I have in fly right now. Great performing rocket. Black Brant, the Geosat. Like the Geosat also. Cool ones. Corsair, look at that. That is nice. Ramjet, Pathfinder, all heavy hitters. Yeah, so this is a great time right here. So this was 88. Moving into the 90s, right? So you got this page. I remember getting this in the mail. I'm getting this catalog. Like, you got the Lojo, and you got Saturn 1 and B, and you got Saturn 5 all on the cover, just from the beginning. Nice starter sets to get you going to Meteor and the Rascal starter kits. The Mega, oh yeah, so the Magnum. I just recently acquired a Magnum, which I'm going to be building and flying. I'm going to upgrade it. So this is going from a 24 millimeter to a 18 millimeter. I'm going to definitely be upgrading that 18 to a 24. So this will be flying some high flights similar to the Omega. So yeah, that was in the starter set at one point. I have it as a package kit. But yeah, so this is 91, and just thinking greatest era. Can you put 91 in the running, or the 90s? We'll say 91 or the 90s as a great era in the hobby. I think so. I mean, we got here. We got the Supernova, the Warp 2, which is a nice two-stage rocket. I have one of them. Helicopter, which I currently fly to this day. I had this beta launch, but I may still have this packaged. Got a clear fin unit. It's kind of like a pseudo scale. SDI satellite, Iris, Sentinel, Hornet. Nice rockets on. These are some good rockets. These are some good rockets. Phantom Disruptor, nice one. Super Neon. These have been reissued from 91. So a lot of rockets that come out these days, they're not really new. They've been around. Express, the Silver Streak Nova payload, a very nice one. Starbird, nice one. Strike Fighter, of course, one of the greats. Look at that parachute. It's out. You can find these around now, but they've been out since the 90s. Solar Sail, Star Rider, Unique Fins, Hercules. But yeah, just looking at the 90s, this is what was offered. Look at that. The SWAT, the Recruiter, Comanche, Alien Space Probe. Wow, and this is 91, and this wasn't even new that year, so I guess it came out the year before or 2 years before. There's a page, yeah, the Air National Space Plane. One of these been popping up around. I think I've seen one of them on eBay, I think. Pretty cool looking rocket. Pretty cool looking rocket. But yeah, you get your repeats. The Optima Estes just reissued this in 2024 again, so they brought back a classic. Deep Space Transport used to be $18. I actually like this rocket a lot. The Trident 2. So yeah, it's just some greats. Like, it's hard to choose an era. Look at that. Look at the Black Hawk. Little Joe 2, one of my favorites, which I actually have Little Joe laying down right there. Solar Probe. I have one of these that I acquired, and that's how it's supposed to look. I may have to actually, I want to restore it, get it looking like that. I like that. That was pretty cool. But yeah, so just it's just a great era. So you can kind of get a glimpse of what was going on at Titan 2E or Titan 3E. I have one of those packaged I want to build. So great stuff. Look at that, Super Vega. This is the Super Vega, the big D engine version, because this one is 36 inches tall. I have the smaller version, so that's the upscale of it. Black Brant again, Aquarius. I never forget this Explorer Aquarius. James Duffy did a great job on his. He made all those tanks like it was a cargo ship, like he had Amazon, Target, like, or whatever companies, but you get the drift. Nice. He did a great job on that. Saturn 1B, it's only $40. Space Shuttle was only $23. So that's a look at 1991. I mean, great stuff was out. Maybe there isn't a great era. Maybe they're all great eras. I'm just trying to see when we can pinpoint one era and say the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, or even the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, or the 2000s. And we're going to bring you all the way up right now to this is the latest catalog as of right now, because it's 2025 now, so the new catalog should be coming out. But I did get a sticker from Estes with a Big Daddy on there, so they're bringing, I'm thinking the Big Daddy's coming back. So I'm not sure if I'm late to the party, because I do miss something. I'm not sure if I'm late to the party or there's some stuff in here. Oh yeah, some stuff in there. Interesting. All right, well, cool. Let me set that aside. So yeah, yeah, the Red Max, we didn't mention you yet, but yeah, this is the modern era, up to date as of right now. A lot of Mars exploration type rockets, mini starter sets. The Pro Series is out now, and they have a rail launcher. So yeah, Estes have quite a few, and Super Big Bertha is out. Yeah, these are all Pro Series, so it's a whole new lane. They went bigger for people that are more seasoned. The Saturn V upgraded to a 29 millimeter. This is actually their smaller, but that's the C engine version. I think the bigger one's back here. Here we go. So there's the bigger version, 29 millimeter. It's done right now, done right. So, yeah, so they've been dropping some kits. So Redstone's around, you can get one of those. So yeah, you can just, yeah, this is the modern era. It's all up to date now, like as far as the hobby can take it, I guess, until you're 3D printing. And here we have the Pro Series Black Brant 12, and it's so long. So yeah, Blue Origin stuff, SpaceX was released. Space Shuttle was a reissue. Not like the classic one, it was more of a foam body. RTF is ready to fly. Fun flyer, you know, I flew mine on a B engine. They recommend C, but that field I was flying in, I went smaller. And it worked out just fine. Got these classics right here, Designer Signature Series. So yeah, yeah, they're doing good. Yeah, this is a Gary H. Stein design, the Antar. Then that was Burn Estes Orange Bullet. So yeah, just. So yeah, guys, drop a comment. Let me know what you think is the greatest era in the hobby. I'm going to stick with the 70s. I was thinking 80s, but the 70s, from what I've seen in these three books right here, and these are spaced out. This is 74, 76, and 77. Not that spaced, just 1 year between. Just too many heavy hitters that came out. Too many, all these, yeah. It's like every page is full of some greatness, like every page, yeah. They not as many rockets, but yeah, just too many heavy hitters. So I'm gonna go with the 70s is the greatest era. I wanted it to be 80s because it's some great sci-fi rockets, but it's looking like the 70s. Scissor Wing Transport was a 70s rocket, and that is top boost glider. I mean, I'm looking through here again just before I make that my solid answer. But yeah, I'm gonna think the 70s. I think the 70s got it. 80s is a close second. 80s is a close second though. 80s is a close second because of stuff like this. And there are many more. Like there are many more of these like exotic starship type rockets that came out. I mean, there's our Arconian Destroyer, which I've built recently. That's one of them. I mean, many. But anyway, guys, thank you for listening and hearing me out. Drop a comment below. Support the channel any way you can. There's links. Shop Estes Rockets, IN_321. Go to the website and put in IN_321. Check my film on the Astronaut Omega, On the Way to Disaster. And yeah, have the zine.
Step beyond the ordinary with Above the Surface, a captivating collection of science fiction-inspired drawings by model rocketeer Keith of Model Rockets 321. This zine features striking illustrations that push the limits of imagination and creativity, paired with motivational quotes to inspire and fuel your drive. Whether you're chasing dreams or need some positive words, Above the Surface is here to elevate your journey. Get your copy today while supplies last.
Above the surface, support, support, support. That's what keeps this thing going and keeps me coming back. So drop a comment, like, and share the video. And I'm out of here. It's Model Rocks 3, 2, 1.